Why you are having a specific preference for a police job or army job?
So in polity, there exists Article 2. How it is related with?
Arnab, what is the new normal that India has established with regards to its policy on terrorism?
You have given preferences and you opted CISF as your first option and CRPF the last one. So what are the mottos of these two organizations?
Has any woman led the Indian Army as Supreme Commander?
May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Have your seat, Arnab.
Thank you, sir.
Briefly introduce yourself.
Sir, I am Arnab Maity. I am coming from Kolkata. I have done my schooling from Sanskrit Collegiate School. After that, I pursued BSc Physics Honours from Vidyasagar Metropolitan College under University of Calcutta. And so just after my graduation, I started preparing for competitive exams such as Combined Defence Service and FCAT. I also got All India rank 22 in CDS. Then, sir, right now I'm working as a faculty in one of our coaching centers. Sir, I had also played football and represented my school and college both at state and district level.
Okay. So what happened about the CDS result?
Sir, I got medical out, sir.
Okay. So would you be writing again CDS?
Sir, I don't have the age to write that anymore.
Okay, you've crossed that age. So why you are having a specific preference for a police job or army job?
Sir, there are multiple reasons. The main three reasons that I really want to share is that the adventuristic lifestyle that it offers, and sir, also the multidimensional exposure to different kind of work experiences, and all India posting and exposure to all different cultures and terrains.
Okay. Has any woman led the Indian Army as Supreme Commander?
Sir, right now the Supreme Commander is the President. So Ms. Pratibha Patil, the ex-President of India, and also our current President, Madam Draupadi Murmu, is leading as the Supreme Commander of our
That's
India.
correct. That's correct. And has any CAPF organization been led by a woman as a DG?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Who was the first woman fighter pilot
Sir,
in Indian Navy?
Sorry, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Indian Air Force?
Sir, it was Avni Chaturvedi.
Only she alone?
No, so there were two others, but I do not recall their names.
And who was the first woman to fly Tejas jet?
Sorry, sir.
First one to fly Rafale jet?
Not aware of it, sir.
Who is the youngest woman MP of present Lok Sabha?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Who is the first woman governor of any state?
Sorry, sir.
How many states are having women chief ministers?
So there have been many, but as of now, I can recall in West Bengal we have, and even in Delhi recently we have, but that is not a state, so I'm not completely aware of it, sir. I will look into it.
Okay. And how many women are ministers in Union Council of Ministers?
Sorry, sir. Again, I'm not.
Okay, West Bengal Council of Ministers.
Not completely aware of the number.
Okay. And can you tell us who is the youngest woman MP in Lok Sabha?
No, sir.
Okay. What is World Economic Forum?
Sir, World Economic Forum is basically a organization that works for the responsible capitalism, which ensures that the development of world takes place in a sustainable manner by a combination of both governmental and also companies different corporates contributions as well.
And which important reports they publish?
So gender inequality index, or I'm a little bit confused about that particular name of the report, but they do publish about gender inequality, sir.
Any other report?
So they do, but I cannot recall.
Okay. Generally, they conduct their meetings at a place called Davos.
Yes, sir.
Where is it located?
Sir, it is in Switzerland, sir.
Okay. And around what time they conduct this meeting?
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Never mind, sir.
So Arnav, what subject you teaches?
Sir, I teach physics, chemistry, and polity, sir.
Polity. So in polity, there exists Article 2. How it is related with?
Sir, can you repeat this? I could not hear it.
There exists Article 2, Article number 2.
Yes, sir.
How does it exist?
So,
Tell us something about Article 2.
sir, Article 2 basically says the formation of states in the Union of India. That is for the non-existing state. That is, if the Union government will have to form a new state that didn't exist, or incorporate a territory that was not a part of India, Union of India before. So Article 2 deals with that, sir.
Okay, so there exists the India-Bangladesh Land Border Agreement 2015.
Yes, sir.
So what was that? And tell me about that.
Sir, initially there were certain enclaves in which in Indian territory only, there were certain Bangladeshi enclaves, and also on their Bangladeshi territories we have certain Indian enclaves. So that created certain kind of complications in case of migration from this country to the other country. So we had one particular agreement in which we decided that we will be rationaling this particular enclaves in a proper manner, so this burden reduces.
So which constitutional amendment act was made for that?
Sir, it was, as far as I can recall, it was 100th constitutional amendment.
Achha. What length of border does Bangladesh share with the West Bengal?
Sir, it is around 4,000 kilometers, but I'm not sure about the number, sir. So,
with West Bengal, not with India.
Sorry, sir, I do not recall the exact number right now, sir.
Okay, you have given preferences and you opted CISF as your first option and CRPF the last one. So what are the mottos of these two organizations?
Sir, the motto of CISF is that protection and serve, but CRPF's motto I cannot recall right now, sir.
Okay. See, we know that in Indian judiciary, judges appointed judges through collegium system, and there exists the collegium for Supreme Court and the collegium for the High Courts. So how it is and what is the difference between them?
Sir, this collegium system is basically there to appoint the judges in the higher judiciary. In case of Supreme Court collegium, it includes the Chief Justice of India and 2 senior most judges. But in case of for appointing the High Court judges, there is also the Chief Justice of India and 2 senior most judges of the Supreme Court. But for the transfer of judges, the collegium consists of the Chief Justice of India, 4 senior most Supreme Court judges, and also 2 High Court judges, the Chief Justices of High Court, from which the transferring is taking place. And
again come out with the collegium system to appoint the judges of the Supreme Court once again?
Sir, it is the Chief Justice of India and the 2 senior most judges of Supreme Court, sir.
Is it so?
Sir, as much as I can recall right now, that is, sir.
Anyway, see, recently Afghanistan has been made the new partner of CPEC. So how it's going to affect India and what is the concern of India?
Sir, there can be certain concerns, such as that Afghanistan's inclinations toward China in that particular case, because just after the Taliban regime, there were certain diplomatic tensions between, we didn't have many diplomatic relations with the Taliban initially, but however we are increasing our cooperation with them. So if Afghanistan's inclination to China, that can be one of the factors of concern for India. And other than this, I think we can approach them diplomatically, since we are doing this, and we can also use our assets in the Taliban government. Many of them have been trained by the Indian Army as well in our defense establishments. So I think, sir, those concerns can be countered properly.
Okay. So
Arnab, what is the new normal that India has established with regards to its policy on terrorism?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of.
You are aware of Operation Sindoor?
Yes, sir.
So what happened post Operation Sindoor?
So post Operation Sindoor, there were briefing by the Minister of External Affairs and also the armed forces, which properly showed that it was a very measured tactical attack and calibrated attack, in which we particularly targeted only the terrorist organizations establishment deep into the Pakistan's territory, and also by providing evidence we prove to the world that Pakistan is supporting anti-India establishments or organization in their particular soil. And we also established in a proper tone that any act of aggression from now will be considered as an act of war against India.
That is the new normal that India has established. So now there will be no entertainment as far as the terrorist attacks or the anti-national activities on the soil of India will be entertained, right? Can you define terrorism?
The terrorism basically refers to the phenomena when a particular organization or a particular person uses the act of terror in order to gain certain kind of political, ideological or any vested interest.
Why do people become terrorists?
So there can be multiple reasons for which a particular person is going to the organization to become a terrorist or something. Sir, if we look very closely, that can be related to the decreasing performance of socio-economic indicators in which there is a high amount of unemployment, education is also less. So they can be easily radicalized because limited amount of critical thinking, other skills. Other than this, sir, there can be other ideological reasons as well.
Fine. So going by these parameters that you have just enlisted, Kerala is one state in India that performs excellent on all the socio-cultural parameters, the socio-economic parameters. They have good levels of literacy, they have good levels of welfare measures both from the state government and the central government. Yet we saw actually the incidents of people from Kerala going abroad and joining ISIS and other terrorist organizations. How do you define this?
Sir, I think in that case we'll have to look in a case-to-case specific basis, seeing their ties and how they got radicalized. So in that particular case, proper investigation has to be done and identify those sources in order to negotiate with them, sir.
Okay, so tell me that what are the most potent ways of radicalization?
Sir, there have been many potent ways, but with the evolving technology, certain new ways has also come up, such as the social media that is there with certain YouTube channels or maybe social media pages. Radicalization can also be spread. Other than this, sir, like in certain cases, certain leaders can target certain specific vulnerable groups by luring them of certain amount of money or any other benefits that they can get into. These are the ways.
Fine. So post the conclusion of Operation Sindoor that India conducted against Pakistan, the role of countries like China and Turkey came into the limelight. Turkey was openly supporting Pakistan against India, and now the state of Kerala is under fire because they were apparently giving some sort of aid to Turkey. Do you think that states in India sometimes underestimate and in turn compromise national interests because of their own vested benefits?
Sir, I was not aware of this particular fact that Kerala is giving, but I won't say that states are undermining the national interest for their own benefit, because India is an union of undestructible union of states. So if there are certain concerns, there can be like diplomatic channels in which we can engage with the states, and I think states should also put national security at their first priority.
Fine, thank you.
Arnab, Indo-China trade is prospering, but it largely benefit is going to China. What can you tell us the breakup of export-import India and China? Recent data?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact numbers, but there is a huge trade surplus in the favor of China when we come to the India-China trade relations. Sir, in case of particularly certain components such as the advanced pharmaceutical ingredients, and also in case of electronics and also toys, there is a huge trade surplus that is China is enjoying. However, the government has taken certain steps in order to diversify our import destinations, and also we are promoting Make in India project. Also in this budget, sir, proper toy manufacturing has been morely appreciated by certain schemes, and in case of artificial advanced pharmaceutical ingredients, we are also progressing at a greater rate, And also the China plus one strategy before and after the US-China trade war, we are also trying to leverage that, sir.
But the fact remains that in 2013-14 we exported goods to China worth around $20 billion. Last year our export was only $17 billion. So in 10 years time it has not increased at all, it has rather reduced in spite of all the lofty efforts you have mentioned. That efforts of course are being made. Why these policy efforts are not paying off?
Sir, one of the reasons can be is that there's a chance of flooding of Chinese origin products coming from other markets such as Bangladesh or Vietnam via those countries to India and flooding India market. Then sir, there's also cases of like dumping of low.
No, import is explained that why import is growing, but why we have failed to increase exports?
Sir, so there can be concerns regarding to the quality control measures that our industry is having, and also the price that is there in the international trade. That can be one or two of the reasons, sir.
So if let's say there is a lack of transparency about pricing of Chinese products, what kind of safety measures are available under WTO regime? Can we impose anti-dumping duty? Can we impose countervailing duty?
Yes, sir, we can.
And if yes, what we have done? Why, in spite of all these efforts, we have not succeeded in increasing exports?
Sir, I think increasing export.
In fact, there is a more concerning point that out of $17 billion of export, $3.45 billion is basically iron ore export. That is the topmost export item from India. Why should Government of India allow export of iron ore?
Sir, the reason being, sir, the iron industry or the steel industry, which basically is feeded by the iron mainly, is very much required for the growth of India. So, according to my senses, is that the government of India wants to ensure that the production of steel is ensured, whether by the domestic production or by the import. So, sir, I think
no, the point is not import. We have allowed export of iron ore. If you want to produce domestically, you should restrict export.
Sir, in that particular case, then there can be a differentiation in price as well, because the amount of price those iron ore companies are getting in the domestic market, that might have been a little bit lower that they are getting in the international.
So how to explain? If Chinese are offering better price for iron ore and offering the finished product at lower price, why they are running into deficit? Why should a businessman run into deficit?
Sir, I'm not completely aware.
Okay, never mind. Fine, Arnab, your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. May I come in, sir?
Come in. Have a seat, Arnab.
Thank you, sir.
Your interview on 2nd of June.
Yes,
so
sir.
you are having now there, let's say, 3 days maximum.
Yes, sir.
So how do you like to utilize these 3 days given the performance today?
Sir, I think I did not do very much well. There are certain areas that I look into based on the knowledge and also the communication skill I need to improve upon. And in case of analytical, like the analysis part of the questions, I also lacked in certain cases. So I will have to improve upon those, sir.
No, of course that's true that you are self-critical, but we found your performance overall good, impressive. Of course there is room for improvement. First line of effort should be about CAPF organization. When they were created, why, and who is leading them, and what exactly they are doing today, which projects they are handling today. Now, along with that, you have to know that if BSF is guarding border with Pakistan and Bangladesh, what is the length of border? If any specific name of the border is there, you should also be aware of the name. And who are basically creating troubles across the border? Who are the presidents and prime ministers in Bangladesh and Pakistan or Nepal or Bhutan, heads of state? If let's say the military commander is in news, who is the supreme commander of military in Pakistan, kind of thing. So this kind of associated information also you should see. So that is the first set. Second set of question could be about general current developments, just to test how connected you remain in general things. The third set of questions could be about your own personality, how sincerely you have pursued what you have done so far in your life. If you have studied physics up to BSc, how sincerely you have studied physics, how to apply the concepts of physics in policing,
Sure.
which concepts could be more readily utilized
Sure.
in policing. So they can ask some creative questions about it. And in the entire effort, participation of women in different walks of life is also important,
Sure.
particularly in army and policing. So they can ask about certain names the way we have asked certain questions. So be prepared those things.
Sure.
Given the time. Now the general guideline is that if, let's say, in spite of all the efforts of knowledge expansion, there will still be some areas which you will not be able to control. So on 22nd of June, you have to be very clear that you have to answer only those questions which you believe are correct answers. If you are able to certify the quality of answer, then only deliver the answer.
Right.
If you are yourself having doubt about the answer, don't supply it for public consumption.
Sure.
Okay. That means don't make any guesses and don't answer any non-verified or unverified thing. For example, you said that collegium is 1 plus 2. That's very old news.
Right.
Now collegium is 1.4.
Right.
So don't offer this kind of answers.
Right.
And of course, some people would suggest you that answer in a fashion that some leads are given in the answer itself, so that they are led to ask another set of questions.
Sure.
That's fine. You may do that if you are prepared about the next set of questions. But the point is that if this is a brain game and you are making the move expecting a certain kind of counter move, they may also be making a guess.
Gotcha.
Okay, that this move has been made expecting this particular kind of counter move. Rather than going for that counter move which you are anticipating, they can go for another set of counter move, and that may outsmart you. So don't indulge too much into any kind of brain game with the interviewers.
Gotcha.
Okay, remain honest and remain polite and never try to brag. You didn't do that. Just these are general guidelines.
Sure.
Okay. You have remained most of the time. You have remained honest as per our observation. You did not try deliberately to give misleading answers. So that's good on your part. Your personality should have some moral value, moral commitment in your personality that is there. So we are overall optimistic about your performance. That with certain improvements, you can make a more remarkable mark on them.
Sure.
If you have any other question specific or doubt, you can ask.
Thank you, sir. Sir, do I need to raise my voice or the
Yeah, of course. If you can raise a little bit, remaining polite, it will be even better.
Sure. And sir, another question is that, sir, if they ask me to introduce myself, should I mention that I got this rank in CDS, or would it sound like that I'm boasting?
If you are not selected, you can simply say that, sir, I have been writing CDS also, and I reached this stage with this rank.
Right, sir.
But along with highlighting your strengths, you should also highlight the weakness which I had to ask, that what happened to CDS. You say it yourself.
Right, sir.
But later on, I was screened out.
Right, sir.
So they'll believe that, okay, you are just informing plus and minus both.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.